All right. Hi, everyone. This is David Berzin. You're listening to my podcast. Here we have a great friend of mine. She's a very talented actor, singer, and performer. Her name is Luana Sandoval. She's coming to us from Nashville, Tennessee. How are you doing, Luana?
Hi, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, all things considered. So, how's Nashville like?
Nashville is great because bars and restaurants are still open. There's live
Right.
music, so you can, as a musician, that's the place to be right now. If you're unemployed, move to Nashville. Yeah, so it's possible to perform live, and yeah, you can have indoor dining, and it's not as strict as in New York and in other states and countries.
That's very nice. How are the performances going?
Uh, they went well. I have had so far two performances at Plaza Mariachi, which is a Mexican place, and they have a lot of performances, musicians, dancers, circus artists. So it is a lot of entertainment over there.
Nice. So, what kind of performances are you doing now?
Well, I did belly dancing over there, and I'm about to form a band, a country band. And because on Broadway they only want country and rock and roll, so I have to learn a bunch of country and rock and roll songs in order to perform there and have a band. So yesterday we met for the first time and we rehearsed some songs, and then I'm in touch with the owner of Tootsie's and Hunky Tonk, and yeah, he said, "Call me when you're ready, when you have a band, and when you can sing some country songs, and then you can audition." And yeah,
Well, Nashville's a great place for inspiration when it comes to country music. What kind of
absolutely.
artists have you been listening to?
I loved Dolly Parton. I love Elvis. I love Carrie Underwood, of course, and Johnny Cash. Yeah,
That's a very wide variety.
it is. I'm learning songs from these artists, so yeah.
Yeah, country is a very very interesting genre. I
It
imagine in
is.
Nashville you're probably like surrounded with it.
Absolutely. It's not only country, they also sing on Broadway, where it's more for tourists, and they can request songs to the band. And they also sing Adele songs and Shallow from Lady Gaga. So it's not only country. It depends on into which bar you go. And when you go to around at the end of Broadway, there's another bar called Nash House. They have pop music and singer-songwriter writers rounds. So I performed there as well. I performed my original songs there.
Nice. What original songs are you working on?
I'm working right now on Latin pop songs and pop songs, and I want to build a whole album together with 27 songs. 27 because the name of my album is called Club 27 Alive, which is a tribute to Club 27, like artists like Amy Winehouse, Kurt Cobain, but with a positive message that you can get out of your trauma and your depression.
Nice. Well, I know those are very, serious issues, especially with, what we're going through now. So I
Especially
think it's a
now.
good message to get across.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what other sources of motivation do you have when you're making songs?
Uh, what other motivations? I'm inspired by other countries. I love traveling. I love languages. I speak five languages. I grew
Wow.
up by Yes, I grew up bilingual. My father's from Nicaragua and my mom is German. Then I learned French, English, Bulgarian, and I traveled a lot when I lived in Germany to a lot of countries, and I spent a lot of time there. I studied the music, Bulgarian music, folk music, and I studied opera singing. Then I moved to New York in May 2018, and I got involved in house music. And yeah, I just love traveling, and I love to listen to other genre types of music and different artists, and I love to put it all together.
Nice. So I imagine since you've been traveling to a lot of countries, like what's kind of the difference in music like from country to country?
Um, well, in Germany, we have a lot of theaters. Even small villages have a theater, and Germany is the capital of classic music, obviously.
Right.
And yeah, so if you go to Bulgaria, they also have a lot of classic music, but and also musical theater. But the thing is, they translate it into Bulgarian, which is really funny. And they practice a lot of their traditional music in each city, Bulgarian folk music, which is a very uh, they have different rhythms. Like yeah, it's a great training to for all drummers to learn to study Bulgarian music, because they have so diverse rhythms and it changes all the time. And also the singing technique is really interesting. It's like in Russia, the Russian choir, they sing from the throat, and they do this fast vibrato. So this is really interesting.
Wow, cool. So a lot of different different cultures and and you kind of mix that all into your music. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So I guess what inspired you to to be a performer?
Oh my. Well, I my mom, she's a music teacher, and she listened all the time to music because um, she had to explain the background of the music piece and to her students, and she also had to teach to compose music. So I grew up in a musical family. My father, he played guitar, and yeah, and then my parents, we went together to a lot of theater shows, Broadway, like not so much Broadway, but more like opera and dance shows, contemporary dance, classical ballet. So I was like, okay, I want to be on stage. This is my life. I'm a performer.
Nice. So where do you see your acts going in the future?
Uh, my goal is writing music for film and TV and touring. I want to be known as somebody who can mix different music genres and who is going against the odds. So, because usually you have to follow the mainstream in order to become kind of famous or successful. But I do my very own thing, and whenever I want to mix, for instance, pop music with opera, I do it, and I mix my voice as well. And for instance, I auditioned for American Idol back in November in Ojai, California, and I sang Frozen by Madonna, but I did it with an opera voice, pop opera voice, and I
Opera.
showed my whole range, and I added my belly dancing, so it was very unique.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Did
Yeah.
you get to meet like any of the judges?
Yes, I sang in front of Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan,
Nice.
and they really liked my performance. But they said there's no other contestant who has your style, and you're too unique, and we cannot categorize your music
Aw.
style. Yeah.
Well, that's good to be unique. It's good to stand out.
Absolutely. Like Lindsay Sterling, she didn't win America's Got Talent. Lindsay Sterling, the dancing violinist, and which was great because it was in her favor that she didn't win the show. Otherwise, if the winner of the show, you don't have many rights, and the show owns you, and you get a record label and stuff like that. And that way, she gained fame because people saw her on TV, and she has now her own record label, and um, she's she's more known than any other winner of any casting show. And she performed together with Celine Dion and other artists. So here you go. You don't have to win a show.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's good to, maintain your individuality, because that's, I think, what gets you memorable. I mean, look at all the people who won American Idol who, never amounted to anything.
Yeah,
You know?
except Carrie Underwood and Kelly Clarkson. That's These are the only ones I can remember.
Yeah, me neither. But like a lot of like people who like, didn't win American Idol, they became like, super famous.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not about winning, it's about how you represent yourself and your skills. And it's about uniqueness. And once you will always find a niche. Somebody in the world will like your performance, somebody somewhere where you don't expect it.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I always find. Like
Yeah,
I
I
like
see
to,
it as, I mean, it's good to be part of a casting show because then people can see you on TV. That was actually my reason why
yeah,
I signed up for American Idol.
like you build like a reel. Plus,
Exactly, yeah.
and it's a good story. I mean, you could say like, "Hey, I met Katy Perry. I got to sing
Yeah.
in front of them." I was talking to a girl. She said she got to sing in front of Simon Cowell. So I'm like,
Oh, wow.
"Wow, you must be really brave."
That's
He didn't.
awesome.
He didn't insult her either. He was actually kind of very, very pleasant towards her.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I guess who were your biggest inspirations when it comes to performing?
Well, my number one inspiration is Madonna because she's so diverse. Every record is so different, and she's actually doing what I want to do. She is putting different music styles together. Last year, she hired musicians from Lisbon for her Madame X show. So she had some Brazilian vibes in her record, and reggaeton and fado singing. So it's like a world music record. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a very amazing performer. She's been
Yeah.
around so long, and she's like you
Absolutely.
said, she's evolved so much throughout the years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it's very interesting. How do you think how does COVID impacted the performance scene? I know you said you had to move from New York to Nashville, but any other kind of observations you've made on that?
Um, well, I was here in October for the first time on a trip, so I was not planning to move to Nashville at all. And then I was in Memphis the first week in October, and I visited Graceland and Elvis, and
All
I
the fun
was
stuff.
very inspired. I wrote a song out of the blue, which is called Gypsy Life, which I recorded in Nashville and is on my YouTube channel. And I also shot a music video by myself. And then after Memphis, I went to Nashville, and yeah, I fell in love with Nashville, and I had flashback moments of New York, how New York was before COVID hit, and Broadway is like Times Square. So many people were there and enjoying their lives, and although it's there are less people now because of COVID, but
Right.
still you can have a kind of normal life. The only thing is you wear a mask. That's about it. And there's live music everywhere. It's like from left and right, different. It's so funny. Everybody's singing at the same time. It's just like you're surrounded with music, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a great city. And then I met my friends who I met on Zoom. We worked out together with Madonna's former personal trainer on Instagram, and then she said, "Hey, yeah, I can show you the music scene in Nashville, and I'm also friends with Madonna's backup singer Donna DeLory." So, and I met Donna DeLory last year in Los Angeles. I'm also in her music video, Diamonds in the We Shine Like Diamonds in the Sun.
Oh,
So
wow.
there's always a kind of connection with Madonna and kind of indirectly, and and I was like, okay, I should move to Nashville because I can find work here as a musician and performer, which happens. And yeah.
Nice. So, any advice you have for people who are inspiring to perform?
Yes, never give up. Uh, Never listen to your thoughts, to your self doubts, that you're not good enough. It's not right. You just have to train, and you have to meet the right people, and then yeah, just stick with your dreams, and yeah, live your dream and not dream your dream. Yeah.
I think that's good advice. Gotta,
Yeah.
live your life and, keep trying and, make mistakes and get back up. I think it's very
Exactly. Yeah.
important for, people.
Mistakes are really important. That's the way you can get better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, thank you for, being such a great interview and, sharing all this great wisdom and advice. Before we go, do you have any upcoming performances or projects you'd like to talk about?
Yes, I'm doing a virtual Christmas show from my studio on Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And yeah, I'll be doing Christmas songs, original songs, and dancing, and I have some more surprises. Yeah, it will be on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
Wonderful. Well, I'll be sure to tune in, and anyone who's listening, please tune in to Luana. She's a wonderful, talented performer. She's got a lot of heart and a lot of skills. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with you in your career, and hopefully, if you ever come back to New York after this horrible plague ends, we can get together and chat.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Have a great holiday season. A happy New Year. Hopefully, a lot happier than this one. And we will talk soon. So
Absolutely. Happy holidays, everyone. Yeah.
thank you, Luana. So this is David. Please subscribe, and please, if you're interested in being a guest of my show, send me an email at davidrbearson@gmail.com. Luana, is there any way that people can get in touch with you or hear your songs?
Yes, you can go on Instagram. It's luanasandoval.official. And yeah, I have announced my show there, and you can either log in on Instagram or YouTube or Facebook, whatever you prefer to do. I also recorded a song with Madonna's guitarist, Mi Roca Paris, and the song is called La Soledad. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being such a wonderful guest. We will catch up soon.
Yes.
And thank you for bearing with me for all that Zoom trouble.
It's all good. We all learn.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye.